Hello, everyone. We noticed that USCIS updated the Advance Parole form, I-131, at the end of April. USCIS has been changing Advance Parole procedures for about 6 months, so we wanted to talk about that today. My name is Raluca Hanea. I am an attorney who provides immigration, estate planning, and family law services to my clients. My marketing and office manager, Nina Clear, is here with me. Thank you for all your likes, shares, and comments as they help others to see our videos.
Will you first explain what advance parole is?
Sure. Advance parole is permission to travel outside of the United States and come back in when you don't have a permanent legal status yet.
But we want to be clear, even if you are granted advance parole, this does not guarantee you re-entry, right?
That's right. Even if you have advance parole, every person who is not a U.S. citizen who comes back into the United States must be approved by a customs agent for re-entry. However, it can make it more likely that you will be approved.
And obtaining advance parole also helps you in another way when you are going through the green card process, right?
Yes, it tells USCIS that you intend to return to the United States, so you are not abandoning your application.
Because if you leave while you're going through the green card application process without advance parole, it's considered that you abandoned your application, right?
That's right. This is also true for people applying for asylum.
So would you need to restart, apply again, I guess, for your green card or asylum if that happened?
That's right. You would need to reapply, resubmit all your previously paid fees and documents, and your priority date would be reset.
So USCIS updated the application, but they also updated their policy recently, right?
Yes, they updated their policy in December, and we did a live and a blog post about that at that time. And we'll post the link again. And at that time, USCIS changed their policy to say that you will be considered to have abandoned any applications if you leave the United States without advance parole, when previously it said you might be only. They now also require H and L visa holders to obtain advance parole, which they did not previously.
And obtaining advance parole is not fast, is it?
No. When we talked about this in February, they were taking 4 to 6 months. Now they are taking 5 to 7 months.
Since it's taking so long, what happens if you travel before you are approved?
USCIS has said if you file the advance parole and haven't heard back, but decide to travel anyway, they will consider your advance parole application abandoned, as well as your I-485.
So before, people used to apply for advance parole and then travel,
yes,
and hope they got a response wherever they were.
Yes.
But now if you do that, basically when you come back in, you
don't have an advance parole.
Right, so
it's
you may
abandoned.
not be allowed in because they've canceled your advance parole and they've also said your green card is abandoned. Okay.
Yes.
And sometimes you can apply for or ask for expedited, meaning faster decision, right?
You are in very narrow circumstances.
And what does that mean?
Having something expedited is considered by USCIS, but only for specific reasons. And these include severe financial loss to a company or person, compelling U.S. government interests, such as urgent cases for the Department of Defense or DHS, or other public safety or national security interests, or clear USCIS error. Also, so if you think that you meet any of these criteria, I would consult with an attorney and ask them to help you.
And now there's a new application, right?
Yes. The most recent application date is April 24th, 2019. USCIS is still accepting the applications with the old date, December 23, 2016, but only until July 12, 2019.
So after July 12th, you must submit any advanced parole applications on the new application, or what happens?
Most likely, your application will be denied since USCIS has a new policy where if your application is missing information or incorrect, they can now reject or deny it rather than just returning it to you to be fixed.
And has anything changed on the application?
No, not beyond the date on it, no.
Is there a fee for getting advanced parole?
Yes and no.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
If you apply for advanced parole at the time you apply for your green card and you meet certain criteria, the fee may be waived.
Do you think you should use an attorney to apply for advanced parole?
I think it is wise. The application asks for you to explain how you qualify for advanced parole and what circumstances warrant issuance of an advanced parole. And I think it is wise to use an attorney to make legal arguments supporting your being granted an advanced parole.
And now some people get an employment authorization document, which is also an advanced parole, like permission or something,
Yes,
right?
yes, that's right. When you apply for your employment authorization at the same time as advanced parole, you will be issued what is called a combo card. And the employment authorization card will say on the bottom, serves as I-512 advanced parole on it.
And do employment authorizations take longer to process?
Unfortunately, they can. It depends on the center that is processing your application. Some are about the same as advanced parole, about 5 months, but some, the employment authorization is taking up to 11 months.
And you still recommend that someone applies for them both at the same time, right?
Yes, I do. It saves you money by not having to pay the fees, and the sooner you get it, you get all the applications in, the faster it will be processed.
Okay, any good news?
Actually, yes. USCIS has started a strange policy before where when someone had a current advanced parole and traveled out of the country, when they filed for a renewal, USCIS was canceling the renewal even if the advanced parole was current. So they have now stopped doing that, and they updated their policy online so that people know that should not happen. Thank you for all who were watching, and we would like to see your comments. Please reach out to us if you have any questions about your immigration case. We are always here to help. Have a good weekend.